With Kim today. How are you doing, Kim?
Great.
Thank you so much to Kim for allowing us to share. We're doing a little bit of radius to the cheeks, and people want a little bit bigger cheeks, but they don't want the chipmunk cheeks. So we are not doing chipmunk cheeks today. And Kim has had fillers before, and she's got good expectations of what fillers can do. And we're icing because icing helps to reduce the swelling and reduce the potential for bruising. So I'm going to do a little bit of the numbing medicine. We do a lot of the radius because patients, sometimes they just want a little bit of filler. They don't necessarily want any downtime. Fillers are the future of plastic surgery because nobody really wants surgery. And fillers don't give you the same result as a procedure would do, but they can get you great results. So today, we're just going to build in the cheeks. And so take the ice down for me for just a moment. So I drew a little triangle. Make a big smile for me, big smile. So that's the Mother Nature's free facelift. They're free fillers. Now relax as best you can. So I'm going to build up in that cheek. We get a little bit of the hollow, and I like to use that little triangle. I'm going to do the little threads through these areas. So I do the cleanse. This is the Hiba Cleanse solution because I'm going to enter through the skin through there. And perfect. You can go ahead and put the ice back for me. And then what I'm going to do is I'll use a little bit of numbing medicine. So we use these little buzzers. Hello, thanks for tuning in, to distract. And then we also use this as my 1% lidocaine with 1 to 100,000 epinephrine. And so thank you for you let the ice down for just one moment. So I use a little buzz. Pinch on 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Pinch. You feel big pinch, little pinch, not too bad. Medium, not too bad. So a little bit of numbing. Most people, when you do a little bit of numbing like that, they do just fine. It's a little pinch. It's not a big deal for them. Rarely do I need someone who can... Now, Charlene, can you come over here? You can take the glove off. Can you see where it has that little person plus? You go around the other side. And then you'll feel buzz, and then pinch on 3. 1, 2, 3. Pinch if you tap that little person plus.
Okay.
Little pinch. And then I want you to scroll down. And then scroll down, keep going. Good, and then just start inviting people and just go down.
Okay.
Yep, perfect. Okay, so now that I've done that numbing, what I do is I use this little 27 gauge needle. You're blocking that camera, so you want to do it from this side over here because you're blocking.
Okay.
This is the camera view right here. Yeah, now I'm on that side. So this is the 27 gauge needle, and then what I do is just a little pinch here. Do you feel a little bit of a pinch there? Little pinch?
Not bad.
Minimal. So once I've made that little insertion point, I'm going to put the cannula through that same area. So this is the radius. So you can see the radius. It's backwards in the Facebook camera, I believe. Let's see, here you go. You see it right here. So there's the radius, and that's the cannula, and it's a little over 1.5 cc's. So then I just thread that through. I press to see the spot where I made that little cannula insertion point, and then I do the twist technique. The twist technique is less traumatic. You'll feel a little pressure pinch there, Kim. Are you doing okay, Kim?
Wonderful.
Little pressure pinch, little pressure pinch. So then I use the shiver technique to just gently lay down the filler. Good. Do a little 1/10 of a cc with each little pass. Very difficult to be inside of a blood vessel with the cannula and with gentle technique. Twist, twist, twist. Now this part I'm coming out here onto the zygomatic arch, and then I'm another 1/10 of a cc. So as I grab that, I use my pinky to depress the plunger. Pressure pinch, little pinch there. Kim, how are you doing?
Great.
So here, then I shiver, and I'm just putting fine amounts. I want to put a very fine thread. And now that I've put about 0.5, I put about 1/2 cc in those areas, and I'm going to wipe away my little mark there. I'm going to do a little bit more in this area. Now she'll feel a tiny bit more numb. I'm going to press with my other finger right here where I want the cannula to go. Another tiny little 1/10 of a cc through there, just spreading it around very evenly. Thank you, Charlene.
You're welcome.
Keep going. Yeah, thank you. Everything's looking good. Kim, how are you doing, dear?
Fine.
So now I've done about half the syringe, and I have a little bit left. I have like another 0.2, 0.3 cc's that I'll bring back in just a moment. once I'm done with this syringe. And then what I will do is I'll make an insertion point on this side right here. Okay. Did you feel a little pinch there or not really?
I didn't feel anything.
So that's looking good. So we keep it that simple. Radiesse is easy. It's calcium hydroxylapatite. It shows up on an x-ray if you get an x-ray, but it's very it's a small amount. And you feel a little pressure, a little pinch here. And I use the shiver technique and the twist technique. Sometimes the second side can be a little bit more sensitive because the body is alert to what you're doing. It becomes a little more aware. Pressure pinch. I know the cannula end is right here, so then I'm threading retrograde injection, threading the cannula through here. Hold a little bit of pressure. I just get that cannula seated, and then I'm going across through here. So this is strengthening the zygomatic arch. And then I also do a massage to just press and flatten. I want it to be as soft and naturally contouring as possible, so I like to do that massage. Everything's looking good. A little bit through there. And it gives a little bit of definition to the cheek. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold a little bit of pressure across through here. So just another 1/10 of a cc through there. And so now before I do that last little part, I like to show patients what we've done so far. So now I'm going to just hold a little pressure here because I want to reduce the risk for bruising. Thank you. Great job, Charlene. Everything's looking good. Kim, how are you feeling, dear?
Great.
So why don't you take a look. So can you see how that builds up in the cheek there?
Mm-hmm.
I've got a little bit left. I can build a little more in here. I'm going to soften a little bit on the side. Can you see how that builds in?
Mm-hmm.
How does it look so far?
I feel like it's a little...
Looks a little swollen there?
Yeah.
So I'm going to do some massage, and as I tell patients, you don't want to taste the chocolate cake before it's done baking. Mm-hmm. Make a big smile for me, big smile. See how you'll look natural. You passed the grocery store test today. So I'm going to do a little bit of massage. I'm going to balance through here so you will look natural, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You see how that's filling in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. So I'm going to do just a touch more of the filler. I'm going to hold some pressure. Sometimes you get a little area that just hold some pressure while there's a tiny bit of blood there, and then very good. Thank you for tuning in. We're in Tampa, Florida, and the Villages, Florida. Please follow us on ImageLift on all the social media platforms, and look us up at imagelift.com. Now, look straight ahead. Perfect. Make a big smile again for me. Now relax as best you can. Good. So I'm going to balance that out in the cheek just a little bit. So I've got the rest of my radius here, which is about 2/10 of a cc. 2.5 of a cc. Okay, perfect. So then I just thread that cannula again. Thank you. Good to see you, Francis. Thank you for tuning in. So I go through that same insertion point. I go a little bit through here. You might feel a little bit of a pinch, and just a very fine amount, not that much, and just some to build up in the cheek here. Tiny bit there. Now, even if I injected nothing at all, Kim would have a little bit of swelling just from passing the cannula. So as we say, you don't want to taste the chocolate cake before it's done baking. It doesn't taste that good yet, but you still see a nice result. She looks natural. It's not overdone. We can always come back and do more later if we want to. I like to see patients back at anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks just to see how they're doing. Are you happy? And if we need to add a little bit more, then we will. I'm going to build just a tiny bit right submalar. I like to do that sometimes for balance. So we are completely done. That wasn't too bad, was it, Kim?
Not at all.
Okay. You did great. Your family or friends will not figure out what you had done unless they're watching on Facebook. And why don't you take a look here? Okay. So these little pinpoint dots, those will go away. Can you see how it builds out the cheeks? Looks natural. It's not overdone. Do you like what you see?
Very much.
Okay. I'm glad you like it. Thank you so much to Kim for allowing us to share. And you can see her end result. That's good. You can leave that open. Just get some gauze and then hold some pressure. And then I'm going to drop the mirror for just one moment so you can see she's got the fullness in the cheeks. But here's where we started. Now she's got more volume than where she started. So we're very proud of Kim. Great job. And we'll